Hello everyone and welcome to Business Africa, your weekly program on African economies. In today's program, production and exploitation of rare earths. Can Africa be an alternative to China? If so, the continent would have millions of tons of these coveted resources. And valued at more than $135 billion, Kenya's growing gaming industry is attracting more and more investors. And we'll also be looking at the success story of Marie Diouf, a young Senegalese woman who started producing salt in a male-dominated environment. Can Africa be the alternative to China in the supply of rare earths? The issue is now taking center stage as the trade war between the United States and China continues. Can countries bursting with these raw materials such as Kenya, Burundi, Gabon, Madagascar, South Africa, Malawi and even Tanzania compete with China, which accounts for 71% of the global production? Michael Dibie gives us the details on this.
Essential to high technology, from electric cars to photovoltaic panels and wind turbines, China has 47% of the world's reserves of this land and is the largest producer, a risk factor for developed countries that are in great need of it for the development of the advanced industries. After the blacklisting of the Chinese company Huawei, analysts fear that Beijing will cut off mineral supplies to Washington as it did in 2010 against Japan. Africa could then have a significant role to play if this were to happen. At the moment, the continent has only one rare earth exporting mine and is located in Burundi. South Africa, Gabon, Tanzania, Madagascar also have significant reserves under exploration. But the trade war between the United States and China could lead these countries to produce earlier than expected. However, it is necessary to address the environmental issues raised by the exploitation of rare earths around the world.
We talk about this with Martin Eels, President and CEO of Rainbow Rare Earths Mining Company. He joins us from London. Hello, Martin, and welcome to Business Africa.
Good morning.
What is Africa's potential in terms of rare earth reserves?
Well, I think it's well known that Africa has many rare earth deposits across a number of countries across the continent. At present, the mining company we operate in Burundi, Rainbow Mining, is the only producing African rare earths mine, but there has always been potential for more mining in Africa of rare earths, but these projects need funds to develop.
Under what conditions can the continent be an alternative to Chinese exports?
Well, I think it's a key question of finance. There are a number of development companies with projects in countries as far apart as Tanzania, Malawi, South Africa, Namibia. But critically, those projects do need some funding to develop. Typically, it's hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's both to develop their mining project and the processing of the ore into saleable either rare earth carbonate or separated oxide. So there is a funding hurdle before Africa can really be producing substantial amounts of rare earths.
And what are the potential economic benefits of rare earth exploitation for African countries?
Well, I think as Rainbow has proved in Burundi, if a project is developed properly and gets into commercial production, the project can provide many employment opportunities for the local population, tax revenues, royalty payments, and export revenues for the country in question. And we're pleased at Rainbow to have contributed already to the state of Burundi.
And the last question, how can we avoid the serious environmental problems associated with the exploitation of rare earths?
Well, it's a good question. I think it's well known that some of the Chinese production has committed some environmental abuses. I think governments across Africa must ensure that operators uphold the highest safety and environmental standards. I'm pleased to say that at Rainbow in Burundi, we are one of the greenest mines In Africa, we have no explosives, no chemicals, no reagents in our processing, so very little environmental impact on the country.
Many thanks indeed, Martin, for accepting to speak to us today. Martin Ills, President and CEO of the Rainbow Rare Arts Mining Company, speaking to us from London.
All right, bye-bye.
Kenya's growing gaming industry has now become one of the biggest opportunities in terms of creating jobs. More details on this after the break.